Live from America, you're listening to the Hip Hop Patriot, Jeremy Herrell.
Hi, happy St. Patty's Day. Welcome to Live from America. That's right. It's 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, and I am your ever so humble host, ever so God-fearing host, Jeremy Herrell, the Hip Hop Patriot, and I want to welcome you today on this Live at 5 show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Welcome. I'm just kidding, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just playing with you. You know I had to do a little bit of a Irish accent there for you, especially on St. Patty's Day. I'd like to give some live shout-outs to folks who are watching the show right now. Cam Butler, how you doing? Thank you for watching on YouTube. For those listening to the podcast, for those who watch the show later, I just want to tell you all how incredibly happy I am to have you here, whether I'm in an Irish accent or whether I'm speaking to you the good old-fashioned hip-hop patriot way. Thank you very much. Cindy Wallace, how you doing? From Iowa. Alicia Wida, how you doing? She said, let's go. It's Live at 5. That's right. We got Dina Roca from Hudson, New York. We got Rob L. Shout out from Connecticut. We got, who else we got in here? Let's see. Boy, we got a lot of people in here. Lawrence Tibbetts, give me a shout out from Washington State, he says. Craig Moore here again from OHIO. Robert Carter from Texas. We got Karen Imero says, hit that like button. It helps with the algorithms. That's right. All the likes and all the shares actually help the show grow, believe it or not. Jermaine H. from Oklahoma. We got Stacy from Washington. Fantastic morning show, she said. I really enjoyed Pastor Tim. He's a great guy. Thank you for telling me, and I will let him know that, I promise. Provo Person says, it's Melissa from Utah. How you doing, Melissa? We got Jan Dotson Nash from Birmingham, Alabama. We have a longtime listener from Waurika, Oklahoma, C. Sampson, 8953. We've got Diana Schultz from Illinois watching. Thank you very much. Let's scroll down here a little bit. Carol Glass says, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. That's right. You better grab yourself a drink. I don't have a drink, but I do have a nice old-fashioned cup of coffee in my No Mo Joe coffee cup from Kind Embroidery on Etsy. We got Paulette Rand from South Dakota. Who else do we got? Miranda Dolan says, oh my God, love it. Our favorite leprechaun. I'm more like a troll rather than a leprechaun, but thank you very much. Becky Adams, how you doing? And we'll give a couple more here. Denise Young says, love your sunglasses. Thank you so much. And Heather Hradrick, thank you very, very much for joining in. Kevin says, you look funny. Well, that's because it's St. Patty's Day and I got to look a little funny for you, don't I? I got to look a little funny while I'm doing Live from America today, don't I? You know we like to have fun on this show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody joining in. We're going to get right to, I do want to say a couple things here, though. We have some people that say they cannot see the comments on Live from America, and they're having a hard time engaging in conversation. Well, if you cannot see the comments, it's because you're not logged into your Gmail or your Google account, because as soon as you log into your Gmail or your Google account, you'll get an option that says live chat, and you can click that button and then you can engage in the live chat. If you're watching on your phone, you can click out of the live chat by clicking the X and reach down there and click that thumbs up button and then come back. And the same thing goes for sharing. Also, check your newsletter, your folders for newsletters. For folks who are not getting their newsletter and who have signed up for the newsletter, it is either in your your promotions folder. A lot of people are said they found them in the promotions folder, and then they put a star on them so they get them every day. They get the notification. Also, they may be going to your spam folder as well. Just go to those and type in Live from America or Jeremy Herrell, and they should pop up. Also, if you've ordered clothing, I got a couple emails yesterday that said they ordered clothing and they have not got a confirmation yet or the items yet. They are coming. I reached out to the clothing company today. They said they shipped out a bulk order yesterday and they were just running a little bit behind, but I will keep them honest and I will keep them on their toes. Shout out to Wendy Delco from Pennsylvania. Thank you very much for putting up those green hearts and all those shamrocks. I appreciate it. Sarah says she gets the newsletter every day. Isn't that newsletter great? The great thing about the newsletter, guys, is no matter what happens with censorship or anything like that, we can always keep up with each other. Okay, we are going to get right to it, folks, because we got a lot of stories to talk about tonight. I've been doing interviews the past couple days. There will be no interviews today. It's straight Hip Hop Patriot, and it's straight news the way you like it, ladies and gentlemen. Sharon says she's fixing dinner while she listens. Well, what's for dinner, Sharon? I can almost smell it cooking already. At my house, we got corned beef and cabbage waiting for me when I get home from my lovely wife, Sabrina. Everybody give a shout out to Sabrina on the show today, guys. Okay, so we are going to read from March 17th, year of our Lord, 2021, from Jesus Calling, and then we are going to go right to the scriptures that these devotionals are referencing from. Right, June Klein? June Klein says, let's have a big shout out, please. Well, there you go, June. You got your big shout out, honey. God bless you. All right. Your desire to rely on me wholly is not wholly as an H-O-L-Y, but as W-H-O-L-L-Y. Your desire to rely on me wholly is a worthy goal. The Holy Spirit will help you think trusting thoughts, but He requires your cooperation. As you look to me, trusting me, talking with me, I straighten out your path before you. And that is referencing Proverbs book 3, 5 through 6, which says, lean on, trust in, and be confident in the Lord with all your heart and mind, and do not rely on your own insight or understanding. In all your ways, know, recognize, and acknowledge Him, and He will direct and make a straight and plain path for you. Also, Psalm 37:5, it says, commit your way to the Lord, trust also in Him, and He shall bring it to pass. Again, that is Psalm 37:5, and you can also read Romans 8:6 to get a piece of that as well. And before you turn out the light tonight, allow me to do this supernatural trust work in your heart, then wait confidently to see the results. Now, when I tell you guys to give it all over to Jesus, to trust in God, what I mean when I say that is not give up and just say, oh, well, whatever happens, happens. It's not about that. It's kind of like that, though. You do give it over to Jesus and say, whatever happens, happens. And trust that the right thing will happen, that the right path will be laid out before you. It's not about just going, oh, I'm just going to throw caution to the wind, or just, willy-nilly. You do got to trust God as if you trust your brother, your sister, your mother, your daughter, your son. It's that kind of relationship. It's that kind of trust that you have to give over. And once you do that, once you do that, ladies and gentlemen, your life becomes so much easier to deal with. You don't have the hardships and you don't have the troubles, and your heart is made new and you have new desires, if you know what I'm saying. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. You may see me go in and out of an Irish accent tonight, but that's just because it's St. Paddy's Day. Julie Sims says, Jeremy, prayers needed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think the 1,500 people that are watching that all have not, by the way, liked the video yet, but the 1,500 people are watching will say a prayer for you, Julie. And you guys, we also have agnostics and atheists who watch the show as well. And we love them too. We love them too. We just want to save them. We just want to get them out of the way from that speeding train that's heading their way. But I love everybody. ELE, right? Everybody love everybody. Okay, we're going to get to the Lord's Prayer, and then we're going to get right into the news because we got a lot of it. All right? So, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Not a woman, amen. And we got a lot of people saying that they love the Irish accent. Well, thank you very much. One of my things as a kid growing up was I always tried to be impersonations and accents. I thought that was a cool thing to learn, was to learn different accents and learn how to impersonate people. So when you hear me making fun of people or doing accents, I've done it since I was a kid. So happy birthday to the Shug family, SCHUG. I've been actually talking with him quite a bit about a business that he has built, and we'll actually talk more about that. He's going to be sending me one of these, and we'll talk about that when I get the product, okay? So big shout out to your mom, and please tell her happy birthday. Trish says she likes my Bernie accent. Yeah, it's fun to do a Bernie accent too. We got about 1,700 people watching right now, guys. If you could just all do me a favor and just send the show to 5 of your friends. If 1,700 of you send the show to 5 of your friends, 1 or 2 of them will watch it. And if you share it into your Facebook groups or your Facebook page, then we will get those numbers up to where they used to be back when we were in the cesspool, which is Facebook. All right, I'm going to switch gears real quick here, guys, because I want to show you something. Now, a lot of you have probably seen this, okay? A lot of you have probably seen this, but a lot of you probably have not. Now, we've known since Resident Corn Pop and his hairy legs came in with the children on his lap singing songs about cockroaches, that there was something weird about this administration. We've all seen, the videos of him in the White House or in the situation. I mean, in the Oval Office and things going on outside that aren't really ever outside. We've seen a lot of things that we could consider green screen. Now, I haven't talked about much of that stuff on air, but I have talked about it plenty, and I have seen it and researched it plenty, okay? Now, today, President Biden actually walked towards cameramen and women and reporters to answer a couple questions. Did you get what I said? Yeah, neither did I. Mumbling and through his mask, which is always ridiculous anyways. But he walks up to reporters, but the scene that unfolds is very, very odd. As a matter of fact, it's not very odd. It's plain as day. There's a green screen and there's some special effects going on. Now, whether it's on Biden's end or whether it's on the reporter's end, we're not sure. But what the camera picked up, what many cameras picked up, was definitely some weird, crazy stuff. So I'm going to pull that up for you guys so you can see exactly what I am talking about. And I'll probably let it play a couple times through so that you guys can see it. All right? All right, here we go. Let's move this over and let's play it for you. I'll probably let it play a couple times here. Watch his hands. Right there.
Have you decided when you're able to share thoughts with other countries, is it allies or neighbors first? Who will be the first country to get U.S. vaccine? I've been talking with several countries already. I'll let you know that very shortly.
I'm going to let it play over. Okay? Hold tight. I'm going to let it play again and watch his hand by the gray mic. Right when he walks up, you'll see the big gray fuzzy mic. Watch his hand. Ready? Watch his right hand, which will be on your left side. Watch it just go immediately in front of the mic.
Not at the moment. Have you decided when you're able to share thoughts with other countries? Is it allies or neighbors first? Who will be the first country to get U.S. vaccine? I've been talking with several countries already. I'll let you know that very shortly.
Let's do it one more time, and then we'll come back. Watch his right hand. Right here.
Not at the moment. Have you decided when you're able to share thoughts with other countries, is it allies or neighbors first? Who will be the first country to get U.S. vaccine? I've been talking with several countries already. I'll let you know that very shortly.
Did you guys see that? Did you catch that? Did you see his right hand? Tell me that wasn't green screened. Now, I'm the furthest person, okay, from any conspiracy theories or, there's a lot of stuff going on out there. There's a lot of misinformation out there. But what I just saw and what you all just saw was fake. That was fake news. The top of his head disappeared. His hands go in front of the microphone, or the fuzzy microphone piece. And if you'll notice, another thing too is the helicopter. The helicopter, there was it almost seemed like it was sitting there silent, but you heard it on. There was a whole bunch of stuff wrong about that video. Now, I'll give you the helicopter thing could just be the engines and the propellers aren't going for obvious reasons. I'll give you that. But what I will not give you is what I saw with my own eyes. Okay? Remember what your grandparents used to tell you, or even maybe your parents, depending on what age you are. They always told you this. They said, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. Again, believe none of what you hear and none of what you hear, and half of what you see. My parents also used to tell me, and a good friend of mine, Vince Allo, DJ Vince One, make sure you check him out on Instagram for all your wedding parties, at DJ Vince and then number 1. He always used to tell me if the 2 words I heard were taken out of the dictionary, nobody would have anything to talk about. Okay? That right there was fake. That was not real. You're never going to convince me that what we just saw, was real. That was fake as his presidency, as fake as what's going on in that White House, and that's about as far as I'm going to go with that. But that's the first and foremost section of the day today, okay? Somebody said there was a glitch in his leg too. I didn't notice that one, but I'm sure it's there and I'll look for it. Truth Matters says there were no Marines either. That's the other thing. If you look at the helicopter, there were no Marines. Are we being played? Are we being played, ladies and gentlemen? I think I have had enough of the St. Patty's Day glasses. We just had to start the show with them. And now I'm going to put on the Hip Hop Patriot American sunglasses, okay? So, are we being played? Is that a complete movie that we're watching, ladies and gentlemen? Are we watching a movie right now? Is this a Hollywood hoax on the world? One way or another, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that long conversation right now, but what I will tell you is that what we just saw was not real. Period. All right? Moving on, we're now going to talk about the left. Okay, so yesterday there was a massacre in Atlanta. All right? 8 people, I believe it was, maybe more now. I could be wrong, but I think it was 8 people got completely massacred, murdered. All right? Those people happen to be of Asian descent. The left is now coming out and they are saying that it's President Trump's fault. That guy who killed those 8 Asian people in Atlanta, ladies and gentlemen, was doing it because of President Trump, and it was a racially motivated attack. They are now going back and saying that because President Trump said that it was the CCP virus or the China virus, or they're even going back and referencing the time that he said the Kung flu, which I thought was funny. I'm not going to lie. I thought that was hilarious. The Kung flu. I thought that was great. I have friends of all different colors and creeds, and even my Asian friends thought that was funny when he was calling it the Kung flu. But they are now actually saying because he called it the Kung flu, and because he said the China virus, that this guy apparently went and killed Asian people. Well, number one, there's nothing to say anything about him being a Trump supporter. Number two, he even said that it wasn't racially motivated. It had something to do with sex drive and different sex fetishes he had and something like that. But it has nothing to do with President Trump. But this is the left grasping, continuing to grasp at straws. What a stupid statement to make by the left. Stupid, ignorant, immature, petulant, children. That's all this is. They're trying to look for anything that they could possibly do to anything that possibly happens on this planet and pin it against President Trump. This has nothing to do with President Trump. And isn't it funny, ladies and gentlemen, that now the Democrats are back in charge, we're seeing massacres again. We're going to see terrorism again. We're going to see terrorist attacks again. And we're going to see school shootings again. That's what you see under weak Democrats who want to push agendas and push bills. You never seen that stuff under President Trump. You didn't see terrorist attacks. You didn't see school shootings. Very rarely was stuff like that happening. But under Democrats, you're going to see that stuff kick up again. Just like the gas prices are going up, just like your food prices are going up, and just like your taxes are going up. But you should be thankful that you get that $1,400 check in the mail because according to President Biden, it'll change your life. Did you hear what I said? No, you didn't. It will change your life. That $1,400 is going to change your life. Not getting back into work, not putting your kids back into school. No. The $1,400 changed your life. No, we did that. We did that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So, mark my words, ladies and gentlemen. Terrorist attacks and school shootings will be on the rise again. On the rise again. Thank you guys for sharing because it looked like the numbers are back up again and I really appreciate that. All right. Moving on from that ridiculousness, we're going to give the first Smarty Award of the day today. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give the first Smarty Award of the day today. And guess who this is going to? This Smarty Award is going to you, the people, the public, the American people. An unbiased poll was given out, and it was asking Americans what they felt needed an investigation more. An investigation into the 2020 election or an investigation, or more investigations into the January 6th Capitol breach. Well, a majority of Americans by that poll, which was done unbiasedly, which was done, asked the same amount of Republicans as Democrats, a majority of the American people in that poll, by a lot, actually wanted an investigation into the 2020 election fraud. So the American people get the first Smarty Award of the day today because if you did ask the same amount of Democrats as you did Republicans that question, and a larger percentage actually wanted an investigation into the 2020 election fraud rather than more investigation into the January 6th Capitol breach, that lets me know, ladies and gentlemen, that more people are starting to leave and walk away from that foolishness, which is the Democratic Party. And speaking of walk away, I'd like to give a big shout out to Brandon Stracco right now. I know he is going through a lot. He's got legal bills up the wazoo, and he could use everybody's help. Shout out to you, Brandon Stracco. Hopefully you hear this, and I would like to get you on the show, although I don't think you're doing much social media lately. But again, it should let you know that people are starting to wake up because the buyer's remorse is kicking in. That voter's remorse is kicking in. They're realizing what they did. And nobody voted for him anyway. We already know that. Definitely not 80 million people. We counted 20 people on the video earlier. 20 people we counted on the video earlier. Okay? Now we're going to talk about somebody that you're probably not hearing a lot about. And that is a woman by the name of Jordan Fuchs. Or you could say Jordan Fuchs. I really think it's Jordan Fuchs. But do you know who she is? Does anybody have an idea who Jordan Fuchs is? Well, Jordan Fuchs is a very, very highly respected amongst the Democrats anyway, aide for the Secretary of State's office in Georgia. And what her job is, ladies and gentlemen, is basically to do exactly what she did. And that was feed the Washington Post a very wrong, fake story, which allowed the Washington Post to put out that fake story that is now 2 months old. This is a classic smear campaign, a wrap-up smear campaign. This is exactly what Nancy Pelosi said a wrap-up smear campaign is. What you do is you feed a narrative to the media, and you continue to push that narrative, no matter if it's wrong or right, until the public believes it because it was on the news so much. Jordan Fuchs, F-U-C-H, I thought it was the other word, but it's actually Jordan Fuchs. She works for Secretary of State Raffensperger in Georgia. She also works very closely with Brian Kemp. This lady, her job was to take this fake story and to push it out to the Washington Post. But that's not all. That's not all, guys. Oh, no, no, no. Just wait. There's more. Jordan Fuchs is also highly responsible for the Dominion machines, the Dominion voting machines that cost the taxpayers of Georgia $150 million. She was a key person in doing the research and doing the marketing and doing the PR in order to make the determination that Dominion voting systems was what the state really wanted to go with, when in fact the state actually wanted to go with none. They wanted to do regular paper ballots. Jordan Fuchs is her name. She is a swamp donkey dirtbag, and she gave the Washington Post a fake story. Not only did she give the Washington Post a fake story to run with and to drag President Trump's name through the dirt for 2 months until the whole world believed it, but she was also involved in getting the Dominion machines, a key player. So if you live in Georgia, you might want to reach out on social media. Maybe you can reach out to Raffensperger's office directly, and you can definitely get on LinkedIn and express your anger and express your thoughts on Miss Jordan Fuchs and why she still has a job. Because she's the one who gave that story to the Associated Press, the Washington Post, Lead Stories, USA Yesterday, PolitiFake, and the rest of the dirtbag left-wing media who does not even care about printing truth anymore. Their entire job is to do wrap-up smear campaigns with fake news and go on Facebook and take your real news and tell Facebook it's faked to get you kicked off. We're starting to find out who the players are, ladies and gentlemen. Jordan, Jordan, Fuchs, Fuch. I know it sounds like the other word, and maybe it is pronounced that way. But for the sake of this show, I think it's Fuchs. Amy says wrong pronunciation, Jeremy. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I hear you. Arrest her now and sue her for defamation of character because she was the one who came up with the entire story. All right, moving on. Senator Ron Johnson is facing backlash right now because he came out and he said, quote, "I honestly never felt threatened on January 6th. I never felt threatened on January 6th. And he said he would have felt threatened if he knew that it was BLM and Antifa coming through those doors. Well, that's where he messed up, ladies and gentlemen, because he said he never felt threatened by Trump supporters, but he would have felt threatened by BLM. That automatically makes him a racist. Then he said he would have felt threatened if it was Antifa, but Antifa is just an idea, as according to the left. So the liberal left-wing media got all on Senator Ron Johnson and called him a racist, called him a bigot, and this, that, and the other. He had to come back out again and say, that's not what I meant, when really he shouldn't even have came back out. He should have stood firm on what he said to begin with and just said, you don't like it? Too bad. Go find yourself a safe space, pull your hair, and cry for the next 4 hours, and worry about your woke-topia world that you live in. Okay? He should not have came back out and done a second interview to correct what he meant. It's not up to you, Senator Ron Johnson, even though I love you for this. It's not up to you to make sure that dumb people and ignorant people who live in woke-topia actually understand what you mean. Say what you mean once and walk away. Drop the mic and walk away. Okay? But good on you for saying what you said. But don't be so scared next time. Don't be such a Kevin McCoward next time. Okay? Don't be such a McCarthy. Come out, say what you mean, stand on it, drop your mic, and walk away. Just like Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene does. Moving on, because we got a lot of news to hit today. Italy. This'll you guys will love this. We're going to talk about the CCP China virus for a minute. We got about 3 topics in a row that we're going to talk about. Okay? And then I'm going to play you a video from gnews.org. Now, gnews.org is all about taking down the CCP. They are from there, and they left, got away, started a news organization, and their entire agenda is to take down the CCP. If you don't know who G News is, definitely check them out. I'm going to play you a video from this gentleman who runs G News in a minute. Okay, but first of all, Italy has announced, I don't know where that dinging is coming from. I don't like it. It's bothering me. Stop dinging. Anyway, Italy has announced it's going to launch a manslaughter investigation. And who do you think that they're launching the manslaughter investigation against? Well, they are launching it against AstraZeneca, because after a second dose of the AstraZeneca CCP China virus vaccine, a teacher died 4 hours later. Now, this comes on the heels of blood clots. This comes on the heels of other people dying as well, including that 39-year-old mother in Utah and many other people. Now, a teacher dies 4 hours after she takes the second CCP virus vaccine. So now Italy is launching a manslaughter investigation into AstraZeneca. AstraZeneca comes out and puts out a statement and says there is zero connection between their vaccine and this woman dying. Are you kidding me? Just like there's no connection between your vaccine and the blood clots, just like there's no connection between the vaccine and the 39-year-old mother from Utah dying. Now, I know you cannot sue in America. You cannot sue these vaccination companies, these pharmaceutical companies, because it's not FDA approved, which means you shouldn't be taking it to begin with if it's not FDA approved. But this is not a lawsuit. This is actually criminal charges that may be filed and charged to AstraZeneca for manslaughter. So we will work on that and we'll see what happens, and I will keep you updated on that. Where can I find this information about the injection? I need to share it. I got this off of either the Epic Times or, nope, I got it off Revolver News. So go to revolvernews.com or revolver.news, I believe it is. And very, very reputable source where I get a lot of information from. So go check it out. And if I can go back and find it, I will put it in the comment section here or put it on Telegram, okay? Yes, that's right, Linda. You cannot sue them because it's not FDA approved. Isn't that funny? The pharmaceutical company puts out a drug that they make billions of dollars on from the U.S. government, and at the same time, you can't sue them. Sounds a lot like Section 230 with the big tech companies, doesn't it? These monopolies just taking over, and you can't do anything about it if you get screwed over or dead. So you might want to keep an eye on that one. All right, we're going to continue to talk about the CDC and the virus, and I want to show you this video. But first, CDC put out new stats. Are you ready for these stats? If you are from the age 0 to 19, you have, are you ready for this? A 0.00002% chance of dying. That's 5 zeros in front of the 2 if you are ages 0 to 19. This is from the CDC. Hold on. There's more. If you are from the ages 20 to 49, you have a 0.00007% chance. So that's 4 zeros. If you are at the ages 50 to 69, you have a 0.0025% chance of dying. That's 2 zeros. And if you are ages 70 and above, you have a 0.28% chance of dying. So if every one of these age groups has less than a 1% chance of dying, can we just be done with this? I'm done with it. I am completely done with this crap. We destroyed this world because of this crap. We destroyed this world because of something that has a less than 1% chance of dying if you get it. And we made it so that if you don't wear your mask, people freak out and they say, oh my God, you have a naked face. You have a naked face. Ooh, oh my God. You don't care about old people. You want everybody to die because you're not wearing your mask. I have a better chance of dying getting into my car and driving 5 blocks home than I do of dying from COVID-19, according to the CDC. I have a better chance of dying from a hammer-related accident, doing household projects, putting up a picture in my living room than I do of dying from COVID-19 if I get it. Okay? This is absolutely ridiculous. It has been ridiculous from the very beginning, and I'm done with it. When is enough enough? When are we the people going to allow them to give us back our freedoms? It's absolutely ridiculous. If you look at these numbers from the CDC, this is stupid. It is ignorant, and the entire thing has been stupid. And anybody who's played into this, anybody who actually said, "Oh, you're going to kill people if you don't wear your mask. You don't care for old people," you're stupid too. Because at these numbers that the CDC put out, there's 1,000 other things that you do in a day. I have a better chance choking on this coffee to death than I do of dying if I get this virus. That's what the CDC said, not me. Absolutely ridiculous, and enough is enough. Enough is enough. Now, I'm going to play a video from you, or for you, from the guy who runs gnews.org, and you let me know what you think of what he says. And he's from China. He escaped China, and he escaped death, okay, that these people do. Here we go.
班农战斗史震惊了世界。想想此时此刻，每分每秒，所有人都在传发着共产党的掏缸的照片，掏缸的照片，和共产党所有过去撒过的谎，蝙蝠啊，是吧？穿山甲呀，以及 WHO 撒了一个又一个谎。我从昨天到今天，我明确的告诉了所有跟我联系的人，我说我告诉你们，共产党创造了这个生化武器的 CCP 病毒，叫 Coronavirus virus， 他们有解药，疫苗不一定成功，但有解药。这就是为什么在1年前，我给所有的政府机构告诉他们，你们找到解药的唯一办法干倒共产党。现在我可以说，告诉全世界人民，你们要想活着，你只有灭掉共产党，或者你找共产党要解药。我可以负责任的说，共产党有解药。这是为什么共产党要把疫苗经济扩散到全世界，把疫苗经济变成共产党共产经济、中国共产党经济、世界共产党经济。为什么他们能控制了全人类不同的气候时区、不同的维度的所有的国家，所有的感染率和感染的时间都是背离和历史上自然研究所有都不一样，反规律的，因为那是人造的。人造的就现在人在控制。为什么中南坑老杂毛不染病，都是中国老百姓染病？他在中国的推行疫苗，疫苗是生化武器的附属战争的武器，它叫做基因控制，整个人类的精神身体健康控制。
Okay, I'm going to leave it right there. Now, I did see in the comments that Elf E said his grandfather just passed away from that, and I want to pray for you, and I want to pray for your grandfather. I know that it actually does take some people's lives. Some people have immune systems that are so terrible that it does take their lives. But again, to destroy the entire country, to destroy our youth, to destroy our social, economic, and every other aspect of our lives because of the very rare cases where people do pass away from it, not had it and passed away from something else, but passed away from it. And I'm sure that Elf E would also agree with me. But I do want to give my condolences, okay? Mickey says if you choke on your coffee, at least you'll have a smile on your face. But this guy right here, if you ever watch Steve Bannon's War Room, and you hear the song, Taking Down the CCP, spread the word from onto Hong Kong, we will fight till it's all gone. That is this guy. That's this guy. He escaped the CCP, and then he created an entire news organization where he's dedicated to taking down the CCP. And what did he say? You saw what he said in there. He said that, and this is him saying it, man-made biological weapon, and they have the antidote for it. Man-made biological weapon, they have the antidote for it. I didn't say that. I'm not the one saying that. Jeremy Herrell's not saying that. I'm not a doctor. I never lived in the CCP. I never lived in China. I don't know much about this stuff. I've never even taken the flu shot. But this guy right here, he's a hero. He is a hero for what he's doing. He's awesome, and I give him all the credit in the world for spreading the word that he's spreading. Because anybody who's from that country and goes against that country usually ends up dead. So, shout out to him. Now we're going to get on to some more news, ladies and gentlemen, because we got, like I said, we got a lot to go through, and we're getting there to close to the end, all right? Here we go. Dumb Dumb Award. This Dumb Dumb Award, I'm going to give two. I'm going to give 2 because this is so dumb. Double dum-dum. A double dum-dum. That's how you know somebody's really dumb. If we give a double dum-dum away, it's going to go to Columbia University. Columbia University. Shout out to you, dummies, for continuing to further divide this country. And I'm going to tell you how right now. And I got to throw them in the swamp donkey bucket because universities are definitely not rhinos. So Columbia University, double dum-dum award of the day today. You want to know why? Here we go. They are going to hold racial graduation ceremonies. What does that mean? What does it mean to say a racial graduation ceremony? Well, double dum-dums, let's explain what Columbia University means by that. They want to divide their graduates. Get this, they want to divide their graduates up by race and income levels. Are you ready for this? Wait till you hear this. They're going to hold 6 different graduations from April 25th to April 30th. And during these 6 different graduations, they're going to divide people up based on their race and economic levels and give them their own graduation ceremony. Racist much? Division much? But this is what the left excels in. They excel in racism and they excel in division. Wait till you hear this. The first graduation will be a Native graduation. I would assume that means a Native American graduation. How many people are you going to have there? 5? You might have 5 people in that graduation ceremony, separated from the rest of his or her class men or women. How fun is that going to be, dum-dum? And that's going to be held on Sunday, April 25th at Columbia University. Hold on. Then you're going to have a lavender graduation. You might ask yourself, what is a lavender graduation? Well, I'll tell you. A lavender graduation, get ready because there's a lot of letters in this, is for the LGBTQIA. I have no idea what IA is. I know lesbian, gay, bi, trans, queer. I have no idea what IA is. That something to do with pedophile? I'm not sure. But anyway, your lavender graduation for all of your LGBTQIA, B, C, D, E, F, G people will be held on Monday, April 26th. Again, separating them from the rest of their classmates. Then you have your Asian graduation at Columbia University, which will be held on Tuesday, April 27th. And that is going to be just for Asians. Again, separating them from their classmates. Then on April 27th, again later that day, you're going to have an FLI graduation. What is FLI? What does that mean? I'm going to tell you. It's for your first generation or low income people. So that means if you're poor, why are you going to Columbia University? But if you're poorer than the other students, if you have if your income, family income is less than other people's, now they're going to separate you so people can make fun of you. And the first generation Americans who, maybe were anchor babies or came here even legally, but probably not, they're going to have their own graduation. So if you're low income or first generation, you'll have your own. Then on April 29th, Thursday, you're going to have your Latin graduation. Okay, so that all the Latin folks will be separated from their classmates. Okay, oh no, and then you're going to have your Black graduation on April 30th. Guess what you don't have? White graduation. Not that any person in their right mind would want that, but you notice how they conveniently left that one out. So if you're white, apparently you're not graduating. If you're white, you won't graduate. But if you're Native, if you're lavender, if you're Asian, if you're first generation or low income, or if you're Latin, or if you're Black, you get a graduation ceremony at Columbia University. But not all together. We don't want that. Sound like the 1950s and 60s? See how the left is? They thrive on dividing people. They thrive on racism. This is the stupidest thing I have ever heard of. The dumbest. So, you have your action item, folks. Find out how you email Columbia University. Tell them how stupid they are. Tell them how racist they are. Tell them how dividing they are. And tell them how ashamed of themselves they should be. And then at the end of it, tell them that you will pray for them. Because that, ladies and gentlemen, is the devil's work right there. Better not be white. I guess you won't graduate. Yeah, what about a handicap? You're right. Lynn said, what about a handicap graduation? Do we get one of those? We get one of those? What about green eyes? Can we have a green eye graduation? I don't know. You tell me. Segregation much? Oh, actually, I know where that's coming from. That's coming from Telegram. That's coming from Telegram on my computer. All right. Remember when we spoke of the Catholic Church last week and their stance on same-sex marriages? This is one thing I did not expect from Pope Francis, was to come out and say that the Catholic Church will not support, promote, or engage in same-sex marriage ceremonies. Sounds fair, right? Especially since you are of the, Christian faith, and, God says that sexual relations and a marriage should be between a man and a woman. Okay, it is what it is, right? I'm all good with that. I'm good with the Catholic Church coming out and saying that it's their religion. I was happy with that. Oh, but back up the truck, ladies and gentlemen. Back up the same-sex truck, because the Catholic Church is becoming divided once again. Catholic priests all over the world, specifically right here in America, have come out together in agreement that they are going to defy the orders of Pope Francis. They're going to defy the orders of the Vatican, and they are going to continue to support, promote, and engage in same-sex marriage ceremonies. And they've denounced the Pope by saying his actions are deeply appalling. So, I'm not a Catholic, but if you're a Catholic, you might want to reach out to your Catholic priest and find out where their stance is on this, because this is a division that we do not need right now, and it is further destroying the Christian religion. I think it's disgusting that people can't stand true on their values. This doesn't mean you demonize people who want to be same-sex, want to be in a same-sex relationship. This doesn't mean you bully them. This doesn't mean you call them names. It just means you're not going to engage in a same-sex ceremony, marriage, or promote it. That's all. But nope, Catholic priests in America, they're woke. They're part of Woketopia, ladies and gentlemen. So they are denouncing Pope Francis by saying he's deeply appalling for making that statement. I wonder if they'd say the same thing to Jesus. I wonder if they would tell Jesus that he's deeply appalling, and if they would denounce him too. I don't agree with the Pope. I think this Pope, not in this situation I agree with him, but in general, I don't agree with this Pope. I don't think this Pope is there the right way. I think some shenanigans happened. However, this move I agreed with. But then his Catholic priest came right along and said, nah, we're not going to do that. All right, we're moving on. We're going to give our last Smartie of the day today to Governor DeSantis. You know what? I could throw a whole bucket of Smarties Governor DeSantis' way, because I think he's a great governor. All right? However, I'm going to give him a Smartie today because he came out and he announced that Florida's curriculum in schools will, quote, expressively exclude critical race theory in the schools. Ron DeSantis, you are becoming more and more my favorite person in politics, other than President Trump. And I hope you do run with President Trump in 2024, or maybe sooner, depending on what happens after we've seen all these green screens. That kind of blew me away, right? Wow, ladies and gentlemen, just wow. Anyway, Ron DeSantis said that we're not going to be teaching critical race theory in our schools. Our children are going to go and they're going to learn academics, like English, math, history. I know math is racist now too, right? Can't do math because that's racist now. Oh, my Lanta. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up here for Live from America today. Remember, folks, JeremyHerrell.com. That's where you go for everything. You want to donate? Go to JeremyHerrell.com. That's how we grow the show. You want to become a monthly donor? You get prizes and perks for that as well. JeremyHerrell.com. You want to listen to podcasts? JeremyHerrell.com. You want to watch old shows? JeremyHerrell.com. It's all right there, guys. So go to JeremyHerrell.com. Always, for everything. And if something happens to me, that's where you'll always find me, and that's where you'll always land. And you can also sign up for the newsletter there as well. And remember, There are right ways. There are wrong ways. But there's only one way. So stand up tall. Keep your shoulders back. Keep your chest out and your head up high. Because you are a child of God. And no weapon formed against you will ever prosper. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. sharp for more Live from America with Jeremy Herrell, the Hip Hop Patriot. Happy St. Paddy's Day to you. Enjoy your families tonight. Enjoy that corned beef and cabbage. Be safe. Don't die from COVID. You know the rest. I love you guys. Have a great evening. We will see you tomorrow for more Live from America. Jeremy Herrell signing out. Long as I'm bleeding, I'ma never stop screaming that we first in America. Black, white, brown, all cities, all towns.